Hi there, and welcome back to the channel. So it's been a minute since I made a video. Had a lot of family things come up, like crazy summer things I didn't foresee happening, and getting my third child, my daughter, my first daughter, got two boys, two girls, and the third kid had to deal with college and all that, which is so many complications and things that sideline your brain. So I'm back finally, and I'm hoping to get back on a good working schedule now that the summer's ended and everybody's, done with doing their thing. They don't need my assistance as much. So what I want to do is play back the tracks that I recorded last time, just make sure they're okay. I've already heard them, and for a minute I kind of panicked and thought, I got to re-sing the whole thing, but I think I can work with it. There's just certain moments where the sound of it is a little harsh, so I'm going to see what I can do. So what we're going to do is real quick, I'll have a video that I pop up right here we'll cut to, and it'll just show the process of shifting into mastering mode. And the reason I'm going to shift into mastering mode, and I suggest all of you do the same, is because it just sounds so much better. So I've gone to the mastering effect. You find it through effect. So you go to effect, you go through until you find the algorithm mastering. I usually choose I always choose the first one, number 00, patch alpha, or whatever that's called. And then I'm going to go to the edit screen. I'm not going to bring my highs up on this too much, because that's where I don't want the vocal to sound harsh. But I'm going to bring the mids back to 5. The synths low, I'm going to bring that down to 5 as well for now. That might change. The mix high, I'm going to keep that at 2 also. The mix mid, I'm going to push it up to 5 just to get a little more mids going, mid presentation. The low I'm going to keep at 5 as well. Then I'm going to move over to the normalizer and drop the gain to 0. The 3-band EQ, I'm going to take the bass to 5, the middle to 5, and I'm going to try to leave that treble there for now because I don't want the vocal to get too screechy. Alright, but I'll come back and adjust that as quickly as I need to if things aren't working, I'm never stuck on anything. Okay, now, let's see and the other thing is whenever you're doing this, make sure you drop the volume down on your the fader, the main fader, master fader, because if you don't, it's way louder in mastering mode and you blast your eardrums out or blow your speakers up or whatever. Okay. So, I'm going to turn everything off, turn the drums off, turn the bass off, turn that second guitar off, turn these guitars off, and just leave the vocals on, and we'll just see what happens here. What I've done also, so after I get a take that I'm happy with, and it feels good, I'll connect the Zoom to my computer that I just leave up here. It's an old computer with an old version of Audacity on it because I don't need anything major. Connect to that, drag the track into Audacity, and I'll usually quiet the gaps, where you can hear the music. It doesn't completely get rid of all that sound, but just quiet the gaps. The same way what do they call it when you're singing and they have it set up for you? I forgot the name of it, but usually it's done as you're recording. But I don't run that piece of gear, so I just clean it up afterwards. I just can't remember what that's called. Darn it. But anyway, clean up all the dead space, any kind of stuff that's not supposed to be there. Sometimes I'll amplify it by 3 or 4 or 5 dB, I don't know, whatever. Maybe even bring it down, but usually it's amplifying it a little bit because I'm really careful with levels because, once you peak here, that's it. It's going to sound distorted. Sounds pretty good. Let's see how it sounds isolated. Okay, so let me exit everything, make sure I'm starting at the right spot. I think it's like 13 seconds in that the vocals start. Yeah. I didn't finish saying what I was saying. Okay, so I do the little cleanup in Audacity, and then when I export the file to the desktop, I then double it. So like I'll say this one's called Vox Lead Left, or Vox Lead L, and I'll drag it into the audio file so that it's now sitting in the Zoom's SD card. Then I'll rename it on the desktop with an R instead of an L for write. Drag that one and now I have 2 copies of it. It's the same file, but it just, adds like 3 dB when you double it. And it's not doubling it like having another vocal singing because it's the same performance. It just gives you more. I found that worked well with the zoom. Okay, let's just see what happens here.
Try to lie still, fix your gaze on an empty wall, but you can't sleep, and your dreams always wake you up, always wake you up, they wake you up. They break you to my life because I'm divorced from mine. To my life.
Okay, right there on the chorus, I have a low harmony as well. So let's listen to that for real quick.
Because I'm divorced from mine. To my life, because I'm divorced.
Okay, so that runs all the way through everything, and also there is a double track on the chorus. Let's listen to that. And I just did that real low just to give it a little gloss on the chorus because the lead vocal is so dry and out there. It's like, try to lie still. Sounds kind of like ragged. So on that kind of gloss that up just a tiny bit. Well, let's just see how it sounds.
To my life, because I'm divorced from mine.
Now you can hear that chorusy effect as I push it up. Watch out. I'll just barely have it on. Let me turn the low harmony off. It's distracting. But listen to what happens.
Up, they wake you up. They break you to my life because I'm divorced from mine.
That's turned up really
To
loud.
my life.
Just so you can tell that it's there, and I'll do it again, and I'll just bring it down a little.
Because I'm divorced from mine. To my life because I'm divorced.
So that just gives it a little fatness, a little presence, a little, it almost sounds like it's compressing it, but it's just adding like a chorus type of, a natural chorus effect, because the two voices aren't exactly the same, obviously, and so that little moment where they waver together is kind of cool, but it also can sound like garbage. Alright, so double tracking vocals can be, overdone. Let's listen to the low harmony with it.
Ooh, to my life.
So that just creeps up a little.
Because I'm divorced from mine. To my life. Because I'm divorced.
Okay, now we have the second verse. Should start here in a
like
second.
an old shirt.
There it is.
There's a place you can hang me up. In a dark space. Leave me there, 'cause I've had enough. I've had enough. Had enough. I've had it to my life. Because I'm divorced from mine. To my life. Because I'm divorced. And you want it. And you need it. Yes, you want it. But you can't have it.
Okay, that's the little solo moment. Then it comes back again.
To my life. Because I'm divorced from mine. To my life. Because I'm divorced. time my life, because I'm divorced to mine. Time my life, because I'm divorced. Try on, my life. Try on, try my life. Try on, my life.
Okay, and that's it. All right, so now I'm going to quickly try to just get a mix together, and we'll just see what the whole thing sounds like. Let's just start with the drums. I'll turn those on. Okay, now I'm going to move to guitar. Whoops, sorry. Bass. Okay, so let's see if that, hold on one second, let me dial it in off camera just for a second so I don't waste too much time, and then I'll present it. Hold on one second. Okay, I think I got it closer, but I don't think it's going to sound like perfect or like really close, because I think I need some time to really dial the vocal in with the guitars. I'm finding that's where the difficult point is as far as the mix going to be, like spending a lot of time balancing the sound of the vocal and the level of the vocal with the sound and levels of the guitar. Okay. Alright, so let's see what happens here. Mastering mode. feel like that's okay, and now it's not bothering me, and I'll tell you exactly why, and this is what you should try at home. It's a never-ending quest to mess around with these levels in the mastering mode or in pan and EQ. Anywhere you are where you can make adjustments, you can get a lot of solid changes. So what I did back at that mastering again, my high was only on 2. And that basically solved the problem, because my go-to is to put all these on 5. Synth high 5, mid 5, low 5, mix high 5, but not this time. Both mix high and synth high I left at 2. The guitars were kind of up on the high end as well, like a little more on the bright end, so that tamed the vocal, which was okay. It just had a little harshness on the parts where I push. And by going to mastering and making sure that those levels aren't set too high, and listening and balancing, just got smoother and smoother. It's like a nice little coat of honey on there, as opposed to something more jagged. All right, so that is kind of that song wrapped for now. I can always reserve the right to sit around and listen to it and decide that it needs an extra vocal or blah blah blah, but I don't. Right now, I'm not seeing any big reason to get crazy with it. I was thinking of vocals I could add, but it already has a high chorus, so it would be goofy to go above the chorus, and I already have the little low part. I think I'm just going to leave the verses are so expressive. I think I'm just going to leave it as it is. All right, so the next one I'm moving back to is the Exciter, and that's just to sing it. And I would like to say, oh, it'll be so easy, it's not as hard as this one. And I don't think it is. I definitely don't think it's as hard as this one was. This one had that expressive verse and then the high chorus and blah, blah, blah. This one, the next one, I think will be easier. And I'm starting on it right away. So hopefully I will see you soon. Meanwhile, if you need anything, or if any of this did make sense, or if I did it wrong, if you figured out a better way to do it, that happens a lot. People will say, oh, well, actually, what? And it's like, oh, thank God. And that's the whole point, is, all of us learning together and helping one another, learn how to use the machine better, because I'll keep finding new things, and people keep coming onto the comments and telling me stuff I didn't even know. So I just keep digging and just keep extracting more and more out of this little piece of plastic. All right, so if there's anything I can do to help you, don't hesitate. I'm serious. I like helping. It means nothing. You don't have to worry about it. Just ask any question or whatever. All right, next time.